Hey everybody, it's Edie and I am here today to talk about washi tape. I know there are 1,001 videos out there now about how to make your own washi tape. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but you know, this is my experiment, so I figured I would videotape the process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a strip of tissue paper. This is just plain white tissue paper. And I'm going to cut this little block out right here. And you could, if you want more texture in your tissue paper, just crumple it before you stick it to your tape. I'm not going to worry too much about crinkles if I get a few crinkles in there, but for the most part I'm going to try and get it pretty flat just so we can see how the watercolor affects it. So I'm just going to move this off to the side. And now I have my little square of tissue paper. And what I'm going to do is, I don't want to waste this. And I don't want to just do one little strip of tape because that seems really pointless to me. You know, if you're going to sit down and take the time to make it, you might as well make a bunch of it up at one time. So I'm going to take every little size and then it will coordinate as well. So I'm going to stick down my miracle tape here all the way across my tissue paper. Oop, I'm making it crooked. Really crooked. Okay, so I've stuck down my crooked miracle tape on my tissue paper. I don't even know how I got it that crooked. But you guys, you know I can't draw a straight line to save my life, right? I can't tape a straight line either. So, next size that I'm going to use is the 1/4 inch. And I'm going to try, you know what? I'm going to lay this here. I think that was part of the problem. I think it blew away. Okay, so now I'm going to start my 1/4 inch here, and I'm going to try and keep it straighter. Okay. Next is the 3/8. And I find if you lay your tissue, oh, I just tore it. If you, it's okay, I'm going to cut it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If you lay your tissue paper down and then roll your tape over the top of it, it's a lot easier than having your tape sticky side up and then trying to put the tissue paper on top. So lay your tissue paper down, roll your tape across the top of it. Okay, next size is going to be 1/2 inch. And you see, I cannot do a straight line. I don't know what it is. I can't do a straight line. It's impossible for me. I don't know if it's because I'm left-handed or I don't know. Maybe I'm just not coordinated enough. Does coordination have anything to do with you being able to do a straight line? Alright, next size, 3/4 inch. Because this is double-sided tape, you'll be able to keep the white backing on here and save this until you're ready to use it, so you don't have to use it right away. But you'll have your washi tape made up, so when you are ready, it's ready for you. Last one, this is the 1 inch. Oh, there we go. And I have a lot less waste this way because oh, I went crooked again. Because I didn't cut a strip off and then try to stick it to the tape. I'm sticking the tape right where it needs to go. There we go. Alright, so now I have all of my tape stuck down. I'm just going to go over it. You don't have to do this, but I want to make sure it's really stuck down. Now again, I don't know 100% if this is waterproof. My experience is that water didn't really affect it. Made it a little bit less sticky, but that could have also been from all the rubbing that I did, because it was hot water and I was really trying to scrub that paint off. I don't think this little bit of water that I'm going to use for my watercolor is even going to affect this. So you can see through to see where your tape is, but I'm just going to color everything, and I'm going to try a few different types of watercolor just to see if there's a difference with how it reacts. So I have some Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons here, and I think I want to use, I'll just use this one, Scarlet, so it's a red. So I think I'm just gonna kind of scribble it on here. And I'll go all around. And it's not gonna be perfect because I want it, you know, I want them to blend together. And I need a paintbrush. And now I'm just gonna paint. And I want to make sure that it's on my washi tape. And I think what's also going to happen is that the paper is going to protect the tape. Because your paper's getting wet, so technically your tape is getting wet, but not really, not so much. Okay, I'm going to go over this now with, I think I'm going to bring some blue in and kind of overlap. And now my tissue paper is tearing a little bit, but where it's on the tape, it's not going anywhere. It's staying put right where I had it. I'm going to blend these together. And you can see I got a pretty straight line. There's not very many crinkles in my tissue because that's, you know, I rolled the tape out onto the tissue. I didn't try to smooth it. It was already flat and I just laid the tape on top. Alright, so that is Neocolor 2s on there. Next I'm going to use just these little pans and try some yellow. Blend them together. Trying to keep this where you can see. I want that yellow to be kind of vivid. I think I might go over the whole thing with the yellow afterwards to just blend it all together, but we'll see. And now I have, let me show you what I used. Just watercolors in a tube. And I have a little bit of the blue here in my palette. I'm just going to add some water. Mix up my watercolor. I really like this blue. I think I'll go over the whole thing with the blue. Really like that. Okay. So I've tried several different watercolor, different types of watercolor here. My tissue paper is wet, so I'm really going to be able to, I don't even have to tear it. I don't even have to cut it. I can really just kind of go along and hold it down and tear, and I get a nice clean edge. A little bit jagged, but I like that here. I like the little wisps of tissue paper, but it's wet, so I'm really going to get a nice clean edge just by holding down on the tissue paper and pulling the tape away. Simple, simple, easy, easy, right? So I'm going to do this real quick. Pull my tape off of my tissue paper. Make sure I get both sides. Can you see how pretty? Oh, I'm so excited. I've never made, oh, I can't hold it. I've never made washi tape before. Yay, this turned out so pretty. Beautiful. It's like a little rainbow on my washi tape. Oh, I'm doing this again. So doing this again. And now what I could do, I could even leave it like this. Just leave it. Just the watercolor on the tape. Or I could go back and I could even stamp on top of this. Try and tear from this side so you can see. I can't hold as much of it at once though. But I want you to see how easily it just pulls away. Because the tissue paper is so wet and it becomes fragile, but where it's stuck to that miracle tape, it's sturdy, it's strong. And I don't have to be careful with it because I know it's just going to tear right off. I've still got that white plastic backing here, and that's keeping my tape nice and secure. Now this is the itty bitty 1/8 inch. And look, I can even just tear it like that. I don't even have to hold it down. Just tear it. Okay? So now, let's try it out. You know, I think I want to stamp one. I'm going to stamp on one. And now I want to use some archival ink. It's permanent. It's waterproof. So I'm going to, I just want a little bit because I'm only going to do one little section of the stamp, of the tape, I think. I'll try this one so you can really see it. This is the 3/8 inch. 3/8 inch tape. And I just want to ink up my stamp just a little bit. I've only done a little bit because I'm only stamping this little narrow strip. Stamp that down. Oh, so pretty! Gonna do it again. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't like it perfect. There we go. So now I have steampunk watercolor washi tape. Okay, so let's try it. Let's see how it looks on a page. Alright, I grabbed my art journal and I have this page that's already got the same basic colors in it. And, you know, I could add this to this page. I could find a page that has really different colors. You know, for instance, this page, I could add it to that and it would really stand out. So it's really a matter of what you want. And I'm just going to add it to this page that it already fits with. It's already the same. Oh, you know what? It fits right here too. Like that. And it stands out. I think I am actually going to use it right here. So it doesn't really go with the page, but that's okay. It's my art journal and I'm okay with that. This page has a lot of texture on it. Sure, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like really textury from, yeah, I put gesso on the page, closed it, and then opened it so you get that skin, ripply, I don't know how to describe it, texture. Okay, and now I'm just going to stick this right to the edge. Pull my pull my backing as I go and smooth it out. I'm going to stop right here and cut it. And then I still have this little corner and I want to find a spot and I'm just going to stick it over here in this corner. And there you have it. Watercolor washi tape. And that's not going anywhere. And I even have these little frayed bits because it's tissue paper and it was wet and I tore it, so it's not perfect. This is even more texture. Even more little textured bits that are gonna make my page that much more juicy. So, there you have it. I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye!